right, so a question from Sam. Can I train my dog myself? Absolutely. I learned 90% of what I know through training my dogs myself. But I'm not going to lie. I used to buy books and read through them. And I mean, imagine that. Like in this day and age, we have YouTube, we have thebeacondog.com, we have all these different formats where you can actually see people talk about theory and then put theory into practice with a live animal, or just theoretical discussions like what I'm doing right now, that are food for thought for you to go and practice then and thereafter. And obviously you can go see a trainer. But the key is no trainer on earth is going to train your dog. You are going to train your dog. You are going to connect with your dog. You're going to get down the perfect timing, and your dog's going to react to your timing. And you guys are going to converge on an energy level that will make or break the relationship, right? And so the answer is not only can you, but you must train your dog yourself. There are a lot of board and train programs out there, and I'm not going to denigrate them. I've done them myself. The problem that I think always exists, and every decent trainer will admit this, is the trainer will bond with the dog and develop that convergence of timing and energy and so on. And then the dog will be great, and then the dog will go back to their house and then fall back into that regular pattern of owners doing sporadic training or missing trainings or really not putting a good structure in place. And all of a sudden, 3 weeks later, they call up the trainer and say, hey, that didn't work. You know, the dog needs a refresher. But at the end of the day, owning a dog is commitment, right? It's like you can't go to the gym once a month and expect results. And the same thing happens with dogs. They're not a car that you park in the garage and hope that because the dog came to you trained, that the dog is going to perform perfectly. Training should become a daily, habitual routine. And that routine should change all the time so that the dog doesn't start preempting and making mistakes. And training should be fun. And so if it's not fun, think of ways to integrate into your everyday. I don't love to train the particular dog I own right now just because she seems to kind of understand things and listen to me like a human would. And that's because we have a good energy, and we did a lot of training in the initial stages of her upbringing. So just to keep her kind of on point, whenever I feed her, I'll surprise her and I'll make her do all kinds of things before she can eat, or I'll feed her by hand and I'll make her do this or that or whatever before she can have any of her food. And that keeps her on point. Sometimes I'll surprise her and I'll get an amazing treat, human grade beef jerky or something. And in the house, I'll just tell her to do a place or tell her to, back up or do spins or whatever it may be. But I'll surprise her every now and then, and I'll do stuff that's integrated into my day-to-day. If I'm cooking and I'm chopping things up and she's sitting there looking at me, I'll make her do something and I'll give her a piece, right? Now, some people would never do that out of the kitchen, but I'm more easygoing than that. Even if I always talk about structure and everything, at the end of the day, they're a family member, right? So yes, you can train your dog. Yes, you should train your dog. And if you don't, then don't rely on somebody else to train your dog, because they'll train the dog to listen to them. And that's the hard truth. That doesn't mean the dog will necessarily transfer that obedience and structure to you. So go ahead and comment, like, and share. Let me know what you think. Otherwise, check out thebeacondog.com and have a wonderful day.